Well, we have managed to get a little bit of motor sailing happening, which is good. We've got about 7 to 8 knots of wind coming at about 45 degrees off the port side, which means I can set the headsail and the mainsail together and just get a little bit of a push. So we're motoring along at a nice comfortable 5.8 to 6 knots. Excuse me. That'll get us to Bajo a little bit earlier if we can maintain it, although I suspect that wind is just being funneled through this bay here, so we'll have it for a short while, and then once we get towards that point up ahead of us, we'll lose it. And after all that discussion, the wind ended up filling in, although I still think it's just localized coming through this bay. But either way, we're getting you know, a good 15 knots on a slight beat there, but it's producing a comfortable nearly 8 knots for us. That's beautiful. You know, we haven't really had enough sailing since we've been here in Indonesia. The wind's just been too light, and mostly from the north, even though we're supposed to still be in the southeast monsoons. But anyway, cracking along today, very happy with this. I'd like to be able to sail all the way to Bajo. That would be just cracking, especially at 7.5 knots. You know, we'd be there early afternoon instead of, you know, late afternoon. But look at it, the starlight's just cracking along. Go baby go. Give us some more of that. I don't know whether you can see it there in the GoPro. It's not very far away, probably 100 meters. There's another FAD. These things are not lit. They're all over the place. They're just random. And you know, you just can't sail in a straight line for longer than more than I don't know, 3 or 4 miles mostly, and you start passing these things. They're just everywhere. They're a menace. And just like that, the wind has dropped out. I'm back to about 5 knots of wind. Still got sail up, still just enough to fill the sails. So I'm leaving them up, but now I've got a motor sail again. It's very frustrating. Very frustrating. I was expecting southeast monsoonal winds. I thought we would have, you know, typical southeast trade winds every day as we sailed west. I thought we'd crack on miles and miles and miles, but it hasn't been anything like that at all. It's just been calm. We have motored, gee whiz, I reckon 70% of the time. And I love to sail, and this boat sails well. If your boat didn't sail well, you'd be motoring here nearly all the time, 90%, I reckon. Yeah, we had a localized breeze there as we went past that bay. It's completely dropped out. It's less than 7 knots now, which is not enough to make it from anchorage to anchorage to anchorage, you know, so it's frustrating. But I guess that's sailing, that's what it's all about. So suck it up, princess. Don't know what I'm whining about. So we managed to sail for about half an hour today. When we passed that bay, we caught some southeaster coming through there. It was just a localized wind. We grabbed it while we could, but now we're just back to motoring. We've got the mainsail up, just giving us a bit of shade. Same as the day before and the day before and the day before that. 3 weeks worth of it pretty much. Which means that we're using a lot of diesel, which I don't like, and using the engine a lot, which I don't like. Mostly because I don't know anything about engines, so I mean the basics, you know. But I don't feel confident. When I'm under sail, I feel confident. You know, I can take care of everything on the boat. I can sail the boat, control it. I can fix anything that needs to be fixed. But with the engine, it's just a mystery to me. Well, the countdown is on. We've got less than a nautical mile to make before we tick over 10,000 nautical miles on board Starlight. Check out this. That there's 9,999 nautical miles since we bought the boat in Sydney about 3.5 years ago. We clocked over 8,000 miles near Lizard Island. Our 10,000 miles we're going to tick over in the Komodo National Park in Indonesia. I mean, that's just freaky. 2 really iconic sites. Yeah, that'll live in our memories for really a long, long time. Very, hey! 10,000! 10,000! Oh! Good work, my love. Just zooming out here, we're on the northwest tip of Flores Island. This is the Komodo National Park, where the Komodo Dragons come from. We're heading down into Bajo for tonight. We're going to refuel and do all our stuff there and carry on after that. But there's Komodo National Park. Oh, but we feel sick. Oh, matey. Oh, but there's Komodo National Park. Oh, but feel sick. Oh, matey. Oh, but there's Komodo National Park and a beautiful beach. Oh, but I feel sick.
I'm sick now.
Oh, Komodo National Park, am I sick? This is not good. Oh well. We're still motorsailing though, unfortunately. Today we've been motorsailing all day. Motorsailing. I think I've rolled up the headsail 6 or 8 times. Pulled it out, put it back in, pulled it out, put it back in. But I have had it out for probably the last 3 hours or so, so that's kind of nice. We're on a very, very tight motor beat. We're beating. You can see the headsail sort of luffing just gently. I really don't want to bring it in much more than that because the wind's so light. I want to give it a little bit of belly. But look where we are. This is Komodo National Park. So all these islands here are protected, and apparently they have world-class diving, snorkeling, beaches, and a lot of rules and regulations to make life difficult for cruising yachts. But anyway, we'll figure that out as we go. And they have the Komodo Dragons on them, which, you know, can be nasty animals apparently. Apparently if they bite you, they have poison in their saliva or something that can kill you or some I don't know. Anyway, I don't think we're going to have a close encounter with the Komodo Dragons, so I don't think that's going to be a problem. What a great day. The town of Bajo, the gateway to Komodo National Park. Look at all those charter boats. They're not all busy because they're sitting in port, so things must be pretty quiet for tourism around here. And there is the first, well, not exactly the first yachts, but we did see one yacht, but we couldn't raise him on the radio or in the AIS. Way back, oh, way back at the very eastern edge of Flores. Since we left Darwin, we haven't seen or spoken to another yacht apart from that little one we saw at a distance. And he didn't want to talk to anyone. He didn't have AIS on, he didn't have his radio on, and he was staying in a shit anchorage. So I'm tired. I'm really tired. We've been banging out in the miles the last 4 weeks. Tarn's sick. So it's more for me to carry, I guess. Well, woken up this morning in Bajo. Went across to see a couple of vessels there and a couple of sailing yachts. The first ones we've seen since we've left Darwin for nearly 4 weeks ago. So the good news is apparently we can get diesel delivered to the boat. So I've just reached out via WhatsApp to drop them a message to see if we can arrange that. Apparently it's a tidal thing, so we'll have to wait and see whether we get it today or tomorrow. But we also need to get ashore and get money from the ATM to pay for the diesel. And we also need to get data for our phone so that we can upload videos for you guys. And we also need to go to the supermarket to buy some stuff for ourselves. So we need to get a little bit of cash. So we're going to go ashore to the Eco Lodge, get a vehicle from there and get them to run us around and do a couple of things. And then we might even go and swim in the pool. Oh, that sounds good. So this is the Eco Lodge at Bajo. We've just come ashore here. We've arranged for some fuel to be delivered at the boat in about 3 hours. So we've got to go and get some money, get some data, get some stuff. Let's go check it out. It's a pretty little spot. Oh, we have time.
Yeah.
Good. What is your name?
I'm Emil.
Emil.
Yes.
Nice to meet you, Emil.
Thank you, sir. Nice to meet you. Okay.
Okay.
If you have connecting internet,
We do have internet, yes, but we need to buy data.
I give my number of my friend to call him.
Oh, okay. Yep.
But I will call him first to pick up you where you stay. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Airport.
I want to buy data.
That's the internet.
Market here. Looks like a mini mart, but it's got fresh fruit, ice cream. The two things that and bintang. I really want some bintang on board for some reason. I don't know why.
Ice cream.
Yeah. Well, I'd say that's been a successful morning. Only took us about an hour, a bit over that. Cost us 50,000 rupee, Indonesian rupee, to get a vehicle from the hotel into town, about a 10-minute drive. That's $5 Australian, and $5 to come back. That's pretty cheap. And we went to like a mini mart, but they had most of the major stuff. We managed to get some frozen chicken and some ice cream. Oh, how good's that? And you know, the usual stuff that we needed, just sauces and things like that. We can make do with pretty much everything else. Oh, we've got mandarins and apples. That's super duper. And so I'm just walking down now. I'm just walking down now through the Eco Lodge, and we're going to head out to the boat. We've got the guys coming with the fuel in about an hour and a half. So they're bringing 120 litres of fuel. It's going to cost about 3.1 million rupees, which is the equivalent of about $310. Not a lot, really. There's Starlight and another vessel anchored just off this gorgeous little sand resort. What a beautiful place. Very low key, but really nice staff, very welcoming. They even let me dump my rubbish.
Time for diesel. Darling.
Yeah. So a couple of guys brought us some diesel. Looks like we've got the good stuff this time because it's much cleaner than the stuff we got further east. This is apparently called Dex. This is the stuff you want. Apparently we've been given solar before, which is nowhere near as good. So this is cleaner, hopefully. It's bloody hot work, I'll tell you what.